Good morning, students. Let us begin the lesson explanation of three visions for India. Children, visions here means dreams, a dream or an ideal. So, we are going to learn in this lesson the three dreams that Dr. Kalam saw for developing India. Coming towards warming up, read the preamble of the Constitution of India given in your textbook. Pick out words that refer to the following. Children, this time I have not inserted answers over here because I want you to work on it. We shall later discuss answers in the coming videos or in the next period, but for today I am leaving this exercise to you. Recite the preamble or read the preamble from your textbook. You'll find most of the answers easily. We shall deal with the answers, or you can verify your answers when I give it in the next period. So let us begin with the first para, Three Visions for India. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the father of India's integrated guided missile program, states three visions for India based on the achievements and progress that he has witnessed in the history of the nation and during his own career as a missile scientist. Children, we have learnt in the previous period about Dr. Abdul Kalam. He was a missile scientist, and throughout his career, what he witnessed the achievements and progress of a country. So, what he wants to state here is in the first few lines, we learn that Dr. Kalam states his three dreams for India on the basis of achievements and progress of our nation in history, okay, in the past. So he has stated the three visions owing to the achievements and progress of our nation in the past. So let us see what he wants, how he wants to see India in future. Okay, so Dr. Kalam's three visions for India are first one is freedom, second one is development, and the third one is standing up. We'll be learning all the three visions in this chapter. We'll try to understand what he wants to say. He has explained it very well. So, the focus of his presentation is on developing India to its fullest potential while standing up to the rest of the world with fully validated self respect for the achievements that have been obtained in the modern times. Children, in the previous chapter, we learnt this word potential. What does it mean? It means your capacity, ability, or the qualities that exist. The qualities that exist in you and can be developed. So, he wants to utilize the potential or the qualities that already exist in our country. He dreams to develop India using its fullest potential, facing all challenges bravely. Now, what do we mean by standing up? To stand up means to face any challenge bravely. So, while utilizing our potential, while developing, he dreams that India will face all challenges bravely and will present a confirmed proof of its achievements. What do we mean by validated? Validated is confirmed with proof. So while achieving, while developing, while achieving, while standing up bravely, utilizing its potential to the fullest, utilizing its ability or capacity to the fullest, to be in the field of development. It will also uh, give present a confirmed proof of its achievements. This is what he dreams. So he emphasizes, uh, children, that if we are not free, no one will respect us. Let us see in the next para. Children, for development, he emphasizes that if we are not free, no one will respect us. I have three visions for India, he says. In 3000 years of our history, people from all over the world have come and invaded us, captured our land, and conquered our minds. From Alexander onwards, the Greeks, the Portuguese, the British, the French, the Dutch, all of them came and looted us and took over what was ours. Yet we have not done this to any other nation. We have not conquered anyone, we have not grabbed their land, their culture, and their history, nor tried to force our way of life on them. Why? Because we respect the freedom of others. Now, children, we respect the freedom of others because we have paid a lot for this. You must have learnt in history so far about the various invaders that came to India and how they ruled over us for centuries. But we have never grabbed anyone's land, nor we thrusted our culture on anyone. What do you mean by invade? Invade means to enter a country or a region and occupy it. So, India has never invaded any region on this earth, never occupied any area by force. Next para. That is why my first vision for India is freedom. I believe that India had its first vision of freedom in 1857 when we started the War of Independence. It is this freedom that we must protect and nurture and build on. What do we mean by nurture? Nurture means to develop uh, or to help grow and build on. So, if we are not free, no one will respect us. So, he wants to say that if we are not free, no one is going to respect us, and so India uh, should have the first vision of freedom. No, uh, he wants to say that India had the first vision of freedom in 1857. Children, you must have learnt about the War of Independence in 1857 in your history. So he emphasizes on it. Now, coming to the second para, my second vision for India is development. So, first was freedom, and the second is development. Let us see what he wants to say. For 50 years, we have been a developing nation. It is time to see ourselves as a developed nation. We are among the top 5 nations of the world in terms of gross domestic product. We have 10% growth rate in most areas. Children, for this, let us try to understand the difference between developed and developing nations. What do we mean by developing nation and what do we mean by developed nation? So, a developed country, also called an industrialized country, has a mature and sophisticated economy. usually measured by gross domestic product, that is GDP, and or average income per resident. So in a developed country the average income per resident is very high. So developed countries have advanced technological infrastructure and have diverse industrial and service sectors. Now let us see what do we mean by developing nation. A developing country is a country with a less developed industrial base and a low human development index relative to other countries. In other words, a nation where the average income is much lower than in industrial nations. The characteristics of a developing nation. Let us see what are the characteristics of a developing nation. Low per capita real income, high population growth rate, high rates of unemployment, dependence on primary sector, dependence on exports of primary commodities. So, children, here Dr. Kalam's second vision is to see India as a developed nation. You just now learned what are the characteristics of a developed nation, that is sophisticated economy, then uh, average income per resident is very nice, they have an advanced technological infrastructure, etc. So Dr. Kalam wants to see India among the developed nations. Okay, now what do we mean by GDP or gross domestic product? It means the total value of goods produced and services provided in a country during one year. So, now, children, this GDP is an economic indicator used worldwide to show the economic health of a country. Uh, as a doctor may consider some indicators to consider a health of a person or a child. In the same way, GDP is an economic indicator. It is used to show the economic health of a country, whether the country is economically poor or rich. It can be known from the GDP rate. Okay, so here we'll stop.